Hello and welcome to the Final Whistle, our new show here at KBEV, where we're going to be covering a variety of sports, hot topics, and the most pressing news. I'm your host, Jude Binkley, here with my co-host,
Aria Damavandi. So, let's get right into the big news.
So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Lakers, and more specifically, the fiasco that has been this whole entire season, LeBron's first season. So currently, the Lakers are 10th in the Western Conference standings, tied with Minnesota. They're currently 6.5 games back from the Clippers and the Spurs for the A seed, currently sitting out of the playoffs with 17 games left. Aria, do you think they can make the playoffs?
I personally want to be optimistic and say that we can make it, but just facing the facts and the numbers that show what our team is made of right now, I don't think we can make it. Just like the Western Conference is one of the most competitive conferences. I think it's more competitive than the East right now, so I don't think we have a chance to come back.
That is a big deal. 30-35 currently in the Western Conference. They've lost 4 straight, which is their longest losing streak of the season. And believe it or not, LeBron hasn't missed the playoffs in 13 seasons since 2006, his sophomore year with the Cavs. And, my question is, where is this blame supposed to be placed? And really, the first answer I was thinking of is the front office, specifically Magic Johnson and Mike Pelinka. They have been incompetent this year. Failing to get Paul George was one of the biggest front office failures in NBA history. The way that they pursued that and the way that they wanted to put that team around him and LeBron and couldn't capitalize and kept them in Oklahoma City, it was a huge failure. And it really smeared the Lakers from before the season even started.
I felt that in order for this team to have success, we needed way more than just LeBron. We needed another star or a few other decent players to help him there. We have the help with Kuzma and Ingram, but clearly that's not enough. They're not experienced enough, so maybe this season wasn't the one.
And they did try to pursue a star at the trade deadline, trying to get Anthony Davis from the Pelicans. They put 9 out of 15 of their current players really in trade talks, which completely ruined team's chemistry. You have all these young players of their core hearing that they're going to be traded, basically giving away their whole team besides LeBron and these veterans you had on one-year contracts who LeBron got in. That shakes up the locker room, that ruins the chemistry, and they couldn't even get Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I think the team chemistry was at a lowest point in these last 4 games. Literally, Rajon Rondo was sitting in the courtside seats with other celebrities that were sitting down, not even focused on the game. It just shows their lack of motivation and even confidence of them even having a chance to make it. So I don't know what to even say about this. It's just disappointing.
This goes through everywhere in the Lakers organization, and I think one of the things we'll see this offseason is Luke Walton's job is gone. He's getting fired for sure.
100%.
But we want to look at this team chemistry, and the Lakers, they just feel so disconnected and uninspired this year, and you brought it up. I've got 2 things to show on the monitor. The first of all happened in their game against the Clippers, who owned them at Staples Center. It really showed that they're the Kings of LA without even having a star on their team, no star power. They're still in playoff talks after they traded Tobias Harris and looked more like a tank, and they're playing better than the Lakers. Yeah. But Exhibit A up on the board, I have Kyle Kuzma having to shove LeBron James to play defense during some miscommunication during that game. Really shows how all over the place they are on the floor, if we want to bring that up on the monitor. And you could see Kyle Kuzma having to shove really who the team leader's supposed to be just to play some defense. Then Exhibit B, you brought it up, Aria. Yeah. Their game against Denver 2 nights ago, Rondo going to sit down in the seats towards the end of the game. And you can see him way over here. Yeah. 2 Chainz is closer to the Lakers bench than Rondo is. And these players, it's obvious there's something going on in the locker room. They're all at each other's heads. They're all at odds. And it's...
Rondo's excuse was, I didn't know I could sit there. Like, come on, you can't just say, I didn't know you could sit there. Like, there's literally celebrities in between you guys that are blocking you from your bench. And then all of them are just staring at Rondo like, what are you doing?
Sit with your team, support your team. You're going through a rough time, but Rondo is still one of those people that James brought in as a veteran to kind of show the young core how to play. And this is a horrible look on the whole organization. And then finally, I think some blame does need to be placed on LeBron James. He's been killing the locker room. And going into the season, Johnson gave him the power to really make his own roster, get his own guys. He brought in Lance Stevenson, Rondo, who we see, and JaVale McGee, all on these 1-year veteran contracts. And the chemistry just hasn't been working.
Yeah, I think that's the lowest part is the chemistry. Like, if you look at the names, they're totally capable of playing well. They were playing well before the All-Star break, or even further before LeBron's injury. So it shows that they could be the team. They were playing very well earlier, and then they just collapsed, and they had no sense of urgency, which is the key in the locker room right now.
And with all of this news and all of this talk coming out of the locker room, I think it is evident that LeBron James hasn't been helping the development of these young Lakers, these starters, and just hasn't been a good catalyst in the locker room to get them motivated. And another big thing is LeBron's not getting any younger. He's going into his 17th season next year. He's going to become more injury prone, which we have seen, some injuries shake him up, especially in December. And, he's not going to be playing any better in these next few years he has with the contract. So what can the Lakers do to get better?
I think right now it's just playing for their own sake of adjustment for the next season. I think the season's already a wasted season, as many other people feel that's what's happened. So I think that we have to just I hate to say this, but it's probably tanking is our best option right now.
And that is what we saw last night, actually.
Yeah.
Some news came out saying that the Lakers were going to limit LeBron James and his time, and they weren't going to play him in back-to-backs. And that really shows that they're committing to the tank. They're not going to get Zion in the 1 pick unless they get maybe some rigged ping pong balls.
Yeah.
But they're trying to go for a better lottery pick at this point and not playing LeBron as much, just trying to save him. Probably letting Lonzo get some more time to rest after his injury. Let him have that. But really what you want to do in the offseason is look at your big free agents, who's Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson. I don't know how possible that is. Then now you're in talks once again for Anthony Davis. Who are you going to give up? Everything was on the table. I think Brandon Ingram's stock has increased since the trade deadline.
He's been playing good basketball.
He's been playing great.
Yeah.
But is that going to be enough because the Celtics, they can offer Tatum, who has a great contract for
Another
Anthony
thing
Davis.
has just been the injuries that we've been having to deal with. It's just terrible. So I don't know what to say.
But if I had to come up with a conclusion, this was never meant to be a championship season for the Lakers. But this season, in every single way, has been nothing less than a catastrophic failure. The Lakers have angered their fan base. They're torn apart the chemistry of their young core. And most importantly, they've wasted a year of LeBron James's career. And, it's going to be a huge thing if they can get on track during this offseason, if they can really turn things around, looking at LeBron's second year with the Lakers.
So, thank you for watching the Final Whistle. We'll be back shortly with new highlights, new drama that happened in the NBA or any other sports. We'll see you next time. Jude and Aria signing off.